So last week on Quirky Faith, I went over 10 ways to move your mood. And it occurred to me this week that sometimes the way to move your mood is to recognize the trap that you were stuck in that has got you caught in the first place. So today I wanted to go over, really briefly, 5 traps that we get stuck in and how to recognize those traps so that you can move your mood. You have to break that chain and break those traps before you ever can even go forward. And this is what I've been thinking about. So the first one that I see a lot in my life and in my friends and in my family and in my own heart is distraction. I get distracted. I'm like that squirrel in the movies that just goes, huh? And I think distraction can be a trap, that if we're watching too much TV or we're obsessed with Facebook or we're just distracted with things that are not our primary focus and the dedication of our life, that can be a trap. So the first one, distraction. The second one is debt. I think anytime we owe something that is chaining us to a creditor or even a time debt, if we are tied to something that we owe instead of what we are truly most dedicated to, it's a trap and we get stuck. And so break your debt. I'm a huge Dave Ramsey financial peace girl. If you need a way out, it's a good tool. The third thing that I think can be a huge trap, I've been there, is bitterness. When I start keeping track of the ways that I've been wronged and tallying and looking at people through that lens and that filter, I'm trapped, and it affects me more than it affects anybody else. And so bitterness is a trap that you've got to break the chains on. The fourth thing that I think that can be a huge trap is having a critical or complaining spirit. And if I find myself looking at my spouse, looking at my kids, and the first thing that's coming out of my mouth is how they're doing something wrong or how they've let me down, instead of coming from a place of gratitude, I get stuck. And those are chains I have to break before I can ever hope to move forward. And then the very last one, which is probably the hardest for me and for other people, I think, because sometimes we're blind to it, is pride. And when I get stuck in a place where I think I know it all, or I'm unwilling to ask for forgiveness, or I'm unwilling to ask for help, those all come from pride and I get stuck. So if you need a way out, watch my YouTube video on 10 ways to move your mood, but make sure that you're not stuck in one of those traps. You can come on over to Quirky Faith this week. We're going to be running a pretty exciting contest, and I'd love to have you win. So come check it out later in the week. I thank you for watching.